Ever wonder how safe your digital life is? The world of cybersecurity can be a complex one, but with a few simple steps, anyone can elevate their online safety significantly. One of the first steps to consider is the importance of regular updates. Keeping devices, operating systems, and software up to date isn't just about getting the latest features. These updates often include crucial security patches that fix vulnerabilities, which hackers could potentially exploit. So make it a habit to check for and install updates. This simple act keeps devices protected against the latest security threats. Next up, consider the power of a password. Changing passwords periodically isn't just busy work. It's a key step to mitigate the risk of unauthorized access. The idea is simple. If a password is compromised, changing it can protect the account. Use strong, unique passwords for different accounts and consider using a password manager. These tools can generate and store complex passwords securely, adding an extra layer of protection. But what about writing passwords on paper? It seems old school, and it's generally not recommended. Why? Because it introduces a physical security risk. If that paper is lost or stolen, someone could gain access to those precious accounts. Instead, rely on secure methods for storing passwords, like the aforementioned password managers. There are a few more practices to add to the cybersecurity toolbox. First, enable two-factor authentication whenever possible. It's like a digital double-check, requiring a second form of verification, such as a code sent to a phone. Then, be aware of phishing attempts. These are fraudulent attempts to get sensitive information, often through suspicious links in emails or messages. Always verify the authenticity of websites before entering any sensitive information. Secure Wi-Fi is another important step. Using a strong, unique password for the Wi-Fi network can prevent unauthorized access. Lastly, don't forget about antivirus software and firewalls. Install and regularly update antivirus software and use a firewall to protect against malicious software. In summary, ensure regular updates, use strong, unique passwords, and consider a password manager. Avoid writing passwords on paper, enable two-factor authentication, be aware of phishing attempts, secure Wi-Fi with strong passwords, and use antivirus software and firewalls. Cybersecurity is a constantly evolving field, so staying informed about the latest threats and best practices is essential. Remember, the goal is to protect those digital assets, because in today's world, they're just as valuable as the tangible ones. How often do you think about your cybersecurity habits? Are you the type who diligently updates your devices and changes your passwords? Or do you take a more laissez-faire approach? In the digital age, cybersecurity is more important than ever. So, let's dive into some key strategies to help you stay safe online. First and foremost, we need to talk about updates. Keeping your devices, operating systems, and software up to date is absolutely crucial. Why? Well, these updates often include security patches that address vulnerabilities that hackers could exploit. So, make it a habit to regularly check for and install updates to ensure that your devices are protected against the latest security threats. Next, let's talk about passwords. Changing your passwords periodically is a good practice to mitigate the risk of unauthorized access. If a password is compromised, it's best to have it changed. Make sure to use strong, unique passwords for different accounts, and consider using a password manager to generate and store complex passwords securely. Now, you might be tempted to write your passwords down on paper. While it might seem like a good idea, it's not. Writing passwords on paper introduces a physical security risk. If that paper is lost or stolen, someone could gain access to your accounts. Instead, use secure methods for storing passwords, such as a reputable password manager. These tools can generate and store complex passwords, making it easier to manage multiple accounts securely. There are a few more essential practices to consider. Enable two-factor authentication, or 2FA, whenever possible. This adds an extra layer of security by requiring a second form of verification, such as a code sent to your phone. Be cautious of phishing attempts. Avoid clicking on suspicious links in emails or messages, and verify the authenticity of websites before entering sensitive information. Use a strong and unique password for your Wi-Fi network to prevent unauthorized access. And lastly, install and regularly update antivirus software and use a firewall to protect against malicious software. Remember, cybersecurity is a constantly evolving field. It's essential to stay informed about the latest threats and best practices for protecting your digital assets. So, let's summarize the main points. Keep your devices updated, change your passwords regularly, avoid writing passwords on paper, use 2FA, beware of phishing attempts, secure your Wi-Fi, and use antivirus software and a firewall. Cybersecurity might seem daunting, but with these steps, you'll be well on your way to a safer digital life. Have you ever wondered if there's a connection between hacking and blogging? Well, let's dive right into it. Hacking, in its simplest form, is about finding and exploiting vulnerabilities in systems. It's a practice that traces its roots back to the 1960s with the birth of modern computing. Over the decades, hacking has evolved and branched out into different types, from the notorious black hat hacking synonymous with cybercrime to white hat hacking, where skills are used to improve security and prevent attacks. On the other side of the spectrum, we have blogging. Initially seen as digital diaries in the late 90s, blogs have transformed into platforms for sharing knowledge, opinions, and experiences on a global scale. They've become a powerful tool for communication and influence in our digital age. At first glance, hacking and blogging might seem like two completely different worlds, but when you look closer, you'll find some striking similarities. Both require a creative mindset, an ability to solve complex problems, and a deep understanding of the digital landscape. A hacker, much like a blogger, seeks to understand how systems work, finding unique ways to manipulate them for a specific outcome. For a hacker, this might mean breaching a firewall or circumventing a security protocol. For a blogger, it could mean figuring out how to increase web traffic or improve search engine rankings. Moreover, both fields are driven by a sense of curiosity and a desire for continuous learning. Technology is ever evolving, and those involved in either hacking or blogging must stay up to date with the latest trends and developments. But let's not forget the differences. While hacking, particularly of the malicious kind, often infringes on privacy and security, blogging is about transparency and sharing. Hacking can be covert and anonymous, while blogging is often about creating a public persona and connecting with an audience. So there you have it. Hacking and blogging, two seemingly different entities yet sharing surprising commonalities. They both thrive on creativity, problem-solving, and a deep understanding of technology. While hacking and blogging might seem worlds apart, they are both deeply rooted in the digital landscape. Hacking. It's often depicted as a nefarious act, but is there more to it? I'm sure you've seen it in movies. A mysterious figure hidden in the shadows, fingers flying over a keyboard as they break into some top-secret database. A thrilling scene, no doubt, but it's not the whole picture. There's a whole world out there where hacking is not just about breaking laws and causing chaos. Welcome to the world of ethical hacking, a realm where hacking skills are used for good rather than evil. Here, hackers are the knights in shining armor safeguarding the kingdom of the digital world. They're the ones who uncover vulnerabilities before the bad guys can exploit them, who build stronger defenses to keep our data safe. You see, hacking in its purest form is essentially about understanding how things work and finding ways to make them work better. It's digital problem solving. And when that understanding is applied ethically, it becomes a powerful tool for protecting our increasingly interconnected world. Imagine a locksmith who understands locks so well they can open any door, but instead of using that knowledge to break in, they help people who've locked themselves out, or design better locks to keep burglars at bay. That's what an ethical hacker does in the digital world. The importance of ethical hacking and cybersecurity cannot be overstated. With our lives so deeply intertwined with the digital, every new day brings with it a new set of challenges to overcome. Every new technology, every new app, every new device is a potential target, and it's the ethical hackers who are on the front lines identifying these targets before they can be exploited and ensuring our digital lives are secured. So, while hacking may often be portrayed as a villainous act, remember there's another side to the story. A side where hacking is about breaking boundaries, not laws. A side where hackers are the heroes, not the villains. A side where hacking is a force for good, a tool for safeguarding our digital world. Hacking, when done ethically, can be a powerful tool for safeguarding our digital world. Blogging, on the other hand, is seen as a platform for expression. But is that all it is? Let's delve deeper into the world of blogging and its multifaceted nature. Blogging is not just about sharing personal thoughts and experiences, it's a universe in itself, with countless galaxies to explore. It's an open diary for some, where they pour out their thoughts, feelings, and experiences, making the digital landscape a bit more human and relatable. This form of personal expression often resonates with readers, creating a sense of community and shared experiences. But the realm of blogging extends far beyond personal expression. For businesses, It's an effective tool to promote their products and services, to reach out to their target audience, and to build a strong brand image. This commercial aspect of blogging adds a whole new dimension to it, transforming it from a personal platform to a professional one. Education, too, has found a home in blogging. Educators and experts across various fields use blogs to impart knowledge, discuss ideas, and facilitate learning. This educational aspect of blogging is revolutionizing the way we learn, making knowledge accessible to anyone with an internet connection. But let's not forget, blogging isn't just about writing and posting content. There's a technical side to it as well. Bloggers need a deep understanding of search engine optimization, or SEO, to ensure their blogs reach the right audience. They need to know how to use the right keywords, create engaging content, and optimize their blogs for search engines. This technical aspect of blogging is akin to the intricate world of hacking, requiring a deep understanding of the digital landscape and a knack for problem solving. So, you see, blogging is more than just a platform for expression. It's a melting pot of creativity, business acumen, educational prowess, and technical knowledge. It's a dynamic digital landscape where art meets science, where words meet code, and where creativity meets technology. Blogging, much like hacking, requires a blend of creativity and technical knowledge. So let's keep exploring this fascinating intersection of hacking and blogging, shall we? So, where do hacking and blogging intersect? This question pulls us back to the heart of our discussion. Both hacking and blogging share a common foundation, a deep understanding of technology, and an insatiable curiosity to continually learn and adapt. Let's start with the basics. Both hackers and bloggers need to be well-versed in the digital realm. They need to understand how systems work, how to navigate the web, and how to use different tools to achieve their goals. The thirst for knowledge is unquenchable in both fields. As technology evolves, so must they. Staying relevant is pivotal, and this requires a commitment to lifelong learning. But there's more to it than just technical prowess. Both fields demand a certain level of ethics. Hackers, contrary to popular belief, aren't always the bad guys. Ethical hacking exists, and it's a crucial part of our digital world. These white hat hackers use their skills to find vulnerabilities and improve system security. Similarly, bloggers have a responsibility to their readers. They need to ensure the information they share is accurate and ethical. Their influence can shape opinions, and therefore, they need to wield it with care. Now let's talk about the intersection. Hackers can use blogs as a platform to educate others about cybersecurity. They can share their knowledge, provide tips on how to stay safe online, and debunk myths about hacking. On the other hand, bloggers can use hacking skills to improve their platforms. They can optimize their websites, protect their digital assets, and provide a safer environment for their readers. So, while hacking and blogging may seem like two different worlds, they are more intertwined than you might think. They both require an understanding of technology, a commitment to learning, and a strong sense of ethics. They can learn from each other and use each other's skills to enhance their own craft. Hacking and blogging, while seemingly different, can intersect in surprising ways. So, what can we take away from this exploration of hacking and blogging? We've embarked on a fascinating journey, tracing the lines and intersections of two seemingly disparate fields. Yet, as we've delved deeper, we've discovered that hacking and blogging are not so different after all. Both are realms where creativity, technical knowledge, and a keen understanding of the digital landscape are key. Let's recap. In the world of hacking, we learned about the breaking of boundaries, the exploration of uncharted territories within the digital ecosystem. It's a space where curiosity fuels innovation, where the unknown becomes known, where boundaries are challenged and often expanded. On the other hand, blogging is a platform for expression, a sphere where thoughts, ideas, and experiences are shared. It's a realm where creativity reigns supreme, where words weave stories, where the personal becomes universal. Yet despite their differences, these two fields intersect in more ways than one. Both hackers and bloggers are explorers in their own right. They navigate the vast expanse of the digital universe, each with their own set of tools and skills. They are creators and innovators, each shaping the digital landscape in their unique ways. But as we've seen, it's not just about the skills or the tools. It's also about ethics. The ethical hacker uses their skills to protect and safeguard, to build stronger, safer digital environments. The ethical blogger uses their platform to educate, inspire, and inform, to create content that is not only engaging but also responsible and truthful. So as we conclude this journey, let's remember the importance of ethics, creativity, and technical knowledge in both hacking and blogging. Let's remember that these fields, while different, share common threads that weave together to form the tapestry of our digital universe. Whether you're a hacker, a blogger, or a bit of both, remember that your skills can shape the digital landscape in powerful ways.
Ever pondered what phishing attacks are and how they can impact you? Well, picture this. You're sailing through your daily digital routine when, out of the blue, you stumble upon an email. It looks legitimate, but without realizing it, you've just stepped into a trap set by hackers. This is the basic premise of a phishing attack. Phishing attacks are a form of online scam where cybercriminals impersonate legitimate organizations to trick individuals into revealing sensitive information. This could be your usernames, passwords, credit card numbers, or other personal details. The consequences? They can range from identity theft to financial loss, or even damage to your reputation. Now, these cybercriminals are not your run-of-the-mill tricksters. They are sophisticated, constantly evolving their methods to stay one step ahead. They create convincing fake websites and emails that mirror the real ones to a T. They may employ social engineering tactics, manipulating you into giving away confidential information. Unknowingly, you might just hand over the keys to your digital kingdom. But here's the kicker. Phishing attacks don't just target individuals. They can also aim at businesses, resulting in significant financial loss and damage to brand reputation. It's a game of deception, and the stakes are high. So why is understanding phishing attacks important? Because knowledge is your best defense. In the digital age, our lives are intertwined with the online world. From personal emails and social media to online banking and work-related tasks, we leave digital footprints everywhere. A single misstep could lead to a domino effect of devastating consequences. But fear not. By understanding phishing attacks, their potential risks, and how they operate, you can arm yourself with the tools and strategies to identify these traps and avoid falling prey to them. Remember, the digital world is much like the real one. It's filled with opportunities, but also risks. And just like we protect ourselves in our physical world, we must do the same in our digital one. Now that you are familiar with the term, let's delve into the various types of phishing attacks. First up, we have the most common type of phishing attack, email phishing. This clever trick involves hackers creating deceptive emails that seem to come from a reliable source. Now, you might be wondering how these emails can fool anyone. Well, they're often designed to mimic the look and feel of emails from your bank, your favorite online store, or even your workplace. They might ask you to verify your account information, or they could offer an enticing clickbait like a huge discount or a prize. But here's the catch. Embedded in these emails are malicious links or attachments. The moment you click on them, you could unknowingly download malware or direct the hackers straight to your sensitive information. The stakes are high, so it's essential to be vigilant. Look out for any telltale signs of phishing, like poor grammar, odd email addresses, or requests for personal information. Always remember, think before you click. Now imagine a phishing attack that is specifically targeted at you. That's spear phishing. In the vast ocean of cyber threats, spear phishing is a particularly crafty predator. Unlike the wide nets cast by regular phishing, spear phishing is a precise and personalized attack. The hackers behind these attacks do their homework. They gather information about you, your interests, your job, your friends and family, anything that can make their bait more convincing. They then craft an email that seems to come from a trusted source, maybe your bank or a close friend. The email might ask for sensitive information or direct you to a fake website designed to steal your data. The level of personalization in these attacks can make them incredibly convincing, but there are always signs. Look out for slight inconsistencies, like misspellings or odd requests. Remember, even if an email seems to be from someone you know, it's always best to double-check. Phishing isn't just for the little guys. There's also whaling. This term might conjure up images of seafaring adventures, but in the digital world, it's anything but. Whaling is a particularly cunning form of phishing that targets the big fish of an organization, such as CEOs, CFOs, or other high-ranking executives. These cybercriminals play a long game, often spending weeks or even months researching their targets. They meticulously craft messages that appear to come from trusted sources, such as business partners or internal departments. The goal? To trick the executive into revealing sensitive company information or authorizing fraudulent financial transactions. The stakes are high in whaling attacks. They're not just after a few personal details, they're aiming for a massive payday. But remember, these attacks rely on deception and manipulation, so a healthy dose of skepticism can go a long way in protecting yourself. No matter your position, everyone can be a target. Phishing attacks can also take a more technical route, like in the case of pharming. Unlike other forms of phishing that rely on tricking the user into clicking on a malicious link, pharming goes a step further. It exploits vulnerabilities in the domain name system, or DNS, to redirect users from legitimate websites to fraudulent ones. This happens seamlessly and without the user's knowledge. Imagine typing in the web address of your bank, but instead of landing on the bank's official page, you're redirected to an identical-looking site controlled by a hacker. You enter your credentials, believing you're interacting with your bank, and voila, you've just handed your sensitive information to a cybercriminal. To protect yourself from pharming, it's crucial to pay attention to the website's URL. If you notice the web address is different from the usual, even by a single character, do not enter your information. Always check the URL before entering sensitive information. Did you know phishing attacks can come through your phone? This is known as vishing. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, how does that work? Well, let me break it down for you. Vishing, or voice phishing, is a form of social engineering that uses phone calls or voicemails to trick individuals into providing personal information. The attacker might pretend to be from a bank or a government agency, creating a sense of urgency to get you to act quickly without thinking. They might tell you there's been suspicious activity on your account, or that they need to verify your information for some reason. It's all a ruse to get your personal details. So, what can you do to protect yourself? First and foremost, be skeptical of unsolicited calls asking for sensitive information. Verify the caller's identity independently. And remember, no reputable organization will ever ask for your password over the phone. When in doubt, hang up the phone. Last but not least, let's talk about smishing. Smishing, a fusion of SMS and phishing, is a type of phishing attack that uses text messages instead of emails. Cybercriminals send deceptive messages designed to trick you into clicking on malicious links, downloading malware, or even directly providing personal and sensitive information. These messages may pose as urgent alerts or offers from trusted entities like your bank or favorite shopping site, creating a sense of urgency to prompt action. It's important to remember that legitimate organizations will seldom request sensitive information via text. So, if you receive a message asking for such details, it's a good idea to contact the organization directly through a trusted method, like their official website or customer service line. And remember, your phone is just as susceptible to phishing as your computer. So, just like with emails, be wary of clicking links in SMS messages. Phishing attacks are a serious threat, but knowledge is power. As we've navigated through the dark waters of the digital world today, we've encountered various types of phishing attacks, each with their own cunning characteristics. Let's recap. We plunged into the depths with email phishing, where hackers cast wide nets, hoping to catch unsuspecting users with legitimate-looking emails. Then we discovered spear phishing, a more targeted approach where specific individuals or organizations are in the hacker's crosshairs. Next, we dived into the world of whaling, where the stakes are high and the targets are even higher. Think CEOs, politicians, and other high-profile individuals. We also uncovered the dangers of pharming, a technique where hackers redirect users from legitimate websites to fraudulent ones, all without the user's knowledge. We then listened in on vishing, voice phishing, where telephone calls are the weapon of choice. And let's not forget smishing, where text messages become the bait in the hacker's trap. Each of these methods is unique, yet they all share a common goal: to trick you into revealing sensitive information whether that's usernames, passwords, or credit card details. But now that we're armed with knowledge, we're better prepared to counter these threats. The key to staying safe is vigilance. Be skeptical of any unexpected emails, calls, or messages. Keep your software and operating systems updated to patch any security vulnerabilities. Use strong, unique passwords and consider using multi-factor authentication for added security. And remember, hackers aren't just faceless entities on the internet. They can be anyone, anywhere, and they're always evolving their tactics. So it's crucial to stay informed about the latest cybersecurity threats and protective measures. Remember, in the digital world, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Stay vigilant and protect your information from these phishing attacks.